So Samsung's about to drop its best mid-range phone, the Galaxy A56, in just a couple of days, March 2nd to be exact. This thing's got some pretty notable upgrades over last year's model, and I'm gonna break down the 8 big changes for you. Plus I'll let you know if this is the one to get or if there's a better option. Let's get into it. What's up guys, Sal here. So first up, the design, or more specifically the camera module. We've got hands-on images and official renders, and yes, Samsung is finally switching things up a bit. And honestly, I'm here for it. Samsung has been milking that same individual camera module design for years now. It started back in 2022 with the S22 Ultra, and ever since they've slapped it onto literally every phone, flagships, mid-rangers, budget phones, you name it. I liked it at first, but after seeing it over and over again, it got kinda boring. So it's nice to see a fresh take with the A56. It's even got that floating camera design like the S25, which is cool. Also the new colors, pretty sleek. Plus the brushed aluminum frame makes it look and feel more premium. My only gripe, the bezels. They're a bit on the chunky sides compared to other phones in this price range. Next up, cameras. Technically, the A56 only has 2 usable cameras because the third one is just a macro sensor, not a telephoto lens. But one big change is in the selfie camera. Instead of a 32 megapixel sensor, Samsung went with a 12 megapixel one. Sounds like a downgrade, right? Actually, it's an upgrade. The new sensor is bigger, which means better natural bokeh and overall better image quality. Now let's talk charging speed. Samsung did something pretty funny here. The A56 supports 45 watt fast charging, which is awesome. But guess what? The $800 Galaxy S25 is still stuck at 25 watts. I mean, sure, the S25 has a smaller 4000 mAh battery compared to the A56 5000 mAh. But still, it's kinda embarrassing for a flagship. Moving on to software, the A56 is launching with One UI 7 right out of the box. If you've seen it on the S25 Ultra, you already know it's a pretty big upgrade. It makes everything feel smoother and adds some cool AI features. Now of course, other Samsung devices will eventually get the update too, but it's still nice to have it from day one. Another big change with the A56 is software support. Samsung has confirmed that their new mid-range phones will get 6 years of software support compared to just 4 on the A55. This puts this phone only one major update behind flagships like the S25 Ultra and the Z Fold 6. So the A56 will ship with Android 15 right out of the box, meaning Samsung will continue rolling out updates all the way up to Android 21, which honestly is pretty impressive. A couple of other nice upgrades, Bluetooth 5.4 and Wi-Fi 6E. Basically, this means better wireless connections and improved power efficiency. So if you use wireless earbuds or a Galaxy Watch, you're gonna get a more stable and reliable connection. Now performance. A56 is rocking the Exynos 1580 chip built on a 4nm process. Performance wise, it's about 15 to 20% better than last year's model in CPU and about 37% better in graphics. Sounds really good, but here's where I'm a little let down. The Geekbench scores are alright for a mid-range phone, but when you compare them to the S25 series, the gap is substantial. If you're mostly using your phone for social media, calls, and regular apps, it will be fine. But if gaming is a priority, this might not be the best pick. That's why I'd actually recommend the S24 FE instead. Yeah, it costs about $200 more, but you can probably find it on sale. And trust me, it's worth it. Better cameras, better chipset, just an overall better phone. Some of you might be wondering why I'm not mentioning the S25 FE. Well, that's because I'm not sure if it's even happening. There is talk that the S25 Edge might replace the FE lineup, which would be a shame because the S25 Edge is gonna be pricey, like over $1,000 pricey. If that happens, Samsung won't have a solid option in the $600 price range anymore, which kinda sucks. Oh, and here's something to keep in mind, the A56 might not even launch in the United States. Samsung skipped the A55 last year in the States, and since the A56 only has an Exynos chip, they might do the same thing again. If that's the case, only the A36 will make its way to the US. We'll find out for sure on March 2nd. Now here's the first look at the Z Fold 7, which brings some massive upgrades. Click right here and I'll see you there.